Charles clutched his boarding pass. He felt a tremor of fear, but it was too late to turn back. His scalp prickled with anticipation. Soon, he would have a full head of hair again. He was finally going through with the transplant. It had been a long time coming. Years of watching his hairline recede had taken a toll. Turkey seemed like a world away, but the low price and promised results outweighed his anxieties. He boarded the plane, his heart pounding like a drum in his chest. The flight was long and turbulent. Charles dozed fitfully, haunted by images of scalpels and needles. He pictured himself transformed, his bald spot a distant memory. He hadn't felt this much hope in years. As the plane touched down in Istanbul, a surge of adrenaline shot through him. This was it, no turning back. The clinic was cold and sterile. The smell of disinfectant hung heavy in the air. Charles felt a chill despite the humid Turkish summer. The surgeon, Dr. Evren, was a tall, gaunt man with piercing blue eyes. He spoke English with a thick accent. Charles felt a pang of unease, but Dr. Evren's smile was disarming. He radiated confidence. Charles felt reassured. He handed over the money. The procedure was agonizing. Hours of scraping and stitching. The anesthetic wore off halfway through. Charles gritted his teeth and bore it. He wanted this, needed it. He thought about how good he would look, how confident he would feel. It would all be worth it. Dr. Evren worked with a detached precision, like a butcher preparing a side of meat. He never revealed the donor's identity. Charles didn't ask. He didn't want to know. 3 days before the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, Charles landed back in California. His scalp was bandaged, his body aching. He felt drained but satisfied. It was done. The nightmares started that very night. Vivid, disturbing dreams. He saw flashes of a dark, bearded face, heard screams in a language he didn't understand. Turkish, he later realized. They were more than nightmares. They felt real, like memories. His memories. The nightmares intensified each night. The face in his dreams became clearer. He saw himself, but not himself. He had a beard now and cruel eyes. He saw his hands stained with blood. He was strangling a young woman. Her face contorted in terror. Charles would wake up in a cold sweat, his heart racing. He tried to shake off the images, but they lingered. A seed of dread was planted in his gut. The third night, the transformation began. Charles woke up speaking Turkish, fluent, angry Turkish. He looked in the mirror. His reflection stared back, a stranger in his own skin. The face from his dreams. The beard was already sprouting. His eyes were filled with a terrifying emptiness. Panic seized him. He had to get out. He had to escape himself. He ripped off his bandages. His scalp throbbed, the transplanted hair feeling alien. He grabbed the first clothes he could find, a white shirt with a phoenix emblazoned on the front. It felt significant somehow. He didn't know why. He burst out of his apartment and into the night. He ordered a cyber cab ride. High-speed train station, he rasped, his voice deeper than he remembered. The camera glanced at him in the rearview mirror, then the cab ride started on its way. At the station, Charles bought a ticket for the first train out, to Victorville. He didn't know why, he didn't have to. The hair knew, and it was leading him down a dark and bloody path. As the high-speed train sliced through the night, Charles leaned back and closed his eyes. A cruel smile crept across his lips. He was going on a morbid adventure.